I'm glad you're back. I hope you're looking forward to part 2 of the au pair conversation with MaFe and Natalia. They have so much more to give. So, without taking any more of your time, let's go. So where did you travel to? Because if so in the first year you didn't travel as much as you wanted to, so that means in the next 6 months you did a lot of traveling, right?
But not a lot, but I tried to travel more. I went to Utah, to San Diego twice because I love San Diego.
It's an amazing city. I love San Diego. The weather is the greatest.
Everything in San Diego is amazing.
So you travel.
San Diego, I love San Diego. I went to Utah, I love Utah.
Where'd you go in Utah? Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake City and Park City.
Okay.
It was amazing, I loved it. And I went to, my family took me to Mexico. It was amazing.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, I traveled with them. And I went to Oregon, I went to, where else? Las Vegas, the canyons.
Okay.
Where are the canyons? In Nevada?
Yeah, Nevada.
Yeah. Where else? I don't remember actually.
Did you go to Arizona since that's really close to?
Yes, I went. I did skydiving because I wanted to do it.
Really?
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, I tried to do a lot of things. I went to Disneyland.
How was that? How'd you like that?
I love that.
Did you go, when you traveled, did you go with your family? Or how did you go?
Just on my own. Oh, I went to Oregon with my family. And where else? I went to Chicago with my hot's mom and the baby.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you traveled alone and you didn't feel nervous?
With my family, I didn't travel with my family, but with some friends.
Okay.
Yeah. The first travel I did, yes, because it was to Los Angeles with people I didn't meet before.
Okay.
I didn't know them. I knew a friend, and she was like, "Do you want to go to Los Angeles? Because I have a friend, and she's going with your friends, and maybe you want to go there with them." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And they just went to my house to pick me up, and I met them.
That's cool. So now
10 years actually.
Just a little bit. I don't pass judgment because that's not my job.
Yeah.
So what was it? What support did the au pair program give you while you were there?
They have a LCC. It's like it's a person who coordinates everything with the families and how you are being with the family and how the family is being with you. But they are mostly with the family. Like, is the pair good? And for you, the question is, are you good with the family?
Oh yeah. Well, they're paying, so I guess that makes sense, right? A little bit.
But yeah, I don't know. I never had problems with my family, so I don't know how is the support there. But I actually know people who had bad experience with the families, and sometimes the agency is like, I don't care.
And so that was my next question. So what about experiences that you heard about where people had bad experiences with their families? Like, what are some examples?
For example, my friend there, my closest friend, the au pair, she was an au pair, and she arrived to California, to the same city. She arrived there when I had 9 months left, I think. She arrived in September. And we started being so close, and she was homesick and sad, and she started talking to me about how her family was with her, and they weren't that nice. I mean, they weren't bad, like in the street. They weren't
like in the treatment. They didn't treat her poorly.
Yeah, but it wasn't like with me. I was part of the family. For her, she was the nanny. who lives there.
Oh, wow.
No more. So she felt bad because when you go there, you want to be part of the family. And sometimes they left the house for a weekend, and they didn't buy any food for her.
Wow.
And she was like, "Yeah, now I don't have any food here. What
Wow.
I'm gonna do?"
Wow.
Because you don't want to spend your salary eating outside.
Right.
When is family's responsibility to give you
And
food.
yeah.
And we started talking about that, and once we were talking with my husband, and she heard that, and she was like, "Oh, that's bad, that's so sad." And we start inviting her every time, every weekend, or almost every day to the house, and
Oh,
she
that's
was
good.
sitting there, and she was part of the family too.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was a nice. Oh, I just broke my book. When I left, my goodbye present was a book with pictures.
Oh, wow.
And the last picture is a picture with my friend Erica, the baby, and me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so where's your friend from?
She's from here. She's
Oh,
from
okay.
Bogota.
Oh, okay. And so was that the only like negative experience you know of, or is there
No.
others?
Um, when I just arrived there, it was a girl who was eating just mac and cheese because it was the only thing the family bought for her. It was so bad, and people was so mad about it, and also my husband was mad about it, and she called the agency to say why is she eating just mac and cheese, because
Right.
she's a person, she needs more.
Right.
And that was bad, but she changed families.
So what are
Rematch.
what kind of solutions do they have for people when they have an issue with their family?
With the issue, you have like a meeting with the LCC, and you talk to her and tell her how you are feeling and what's happening, and then the LCC talks to the family and see what's going on, and you have a meeting with the family and the LCC together, to talk about it, and how you're feeling, how is the family feeling, and you have 2 weeks to see how everything is going to change. And if it's changing or no, you can decide if you want to go to other house and to find a different family, or if you want to go back to Colombia
So
or
you
your home country.
so you get two options. Three options. You get to sort the problem with your family. You get to find a new family, or you can go home.
So you can go home.
Is there a penalty if you go home, or
They don't pay your flights.
so you have to pay for your own flights to go home? So that's a big penalty for some people.
Yeah.
Okay. But to go to a new host family, do they pay for your transportation to do that?
Yes,
Okay.
they pay. They fairly pay.
Okay.
But there is a process called rematch. And when you call the LCC and you say, I don't want to talk with these people, I just want to go with a different family, you have to do something called rematch. The rematch is also 2 weeks, and you have this application where more families is coming to see your profile, and you can decide which family you want, but it's just 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's a short time, but you can decide. If you don't like any of those families, you can come back home or go back to your home country, but the agency pay for your
Flight?
flight.
Okay. And so, did your family have the opportunity to visit you, or did?
No, my family didn't there because my niece my niece was going, but she had problems with some papers. So my sister didn't want to
I understand. That makes sense.
travel without the kid.
So, if you were gonna pick like one specific event that was the highlight of your time as an au pair in the United States, what would you say is like your most memorable or favorite moment?
so many, but maybe Christmas and my birthday.
Your birthday, okay.
Yeah, because Christmas, it's sad because you are far from home and you feel like, yeah, these people doesn't do the things we usually do in home. But then you get that they do different things that are fun, and if you are not thinking about where you losing in home, you can enjoy what you having
Yes.
right there. And for my birthday, they had this um, surprise party for me.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
was so nice of them, and everything was pink.
Is pink your favorite color?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of pink and blue and purple and almost every color.
That's good.
All the colors are. But everything was pink, was so like me, and a beautiful cake. And I didn't like the Mexican food before. And when I started living with them, I started liking because they eat a lot of Mexican food. And they they bought my favorite dish. Um, is called chile relleno. Like a chile with things inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so good, and I love cheese, and it's the chili with cheese inside,
Okay.
which is amazing. And I start eating that a lot. So they bought that, and they bought like the things I love the most. So it was nice. It was
So-
the whole family there. Was my husband's sister with her husband and the kids, and my friend, and it was nice.
That's really cool. So what was it? You mentioned something about Mexicans. So there's many Latinos in the United States, but Mexicans are like the dominant group of Latinos. And you were in California. So what was it like being a Latino in the United States now? Sort of one being Colombian, because people that don't often understand that Colombians and Mexicans look nothing alike. Like you're distinctly
No.
different.
Right.
Like no one will confuse you if they see you. And so, what was it like, sort of being a Latino in the United States, especially like with the news and narrative of what it is in the United States?
It was fine. In California, I felt fine with people there because I never felt like discriminated. It was normal for them to
Right.
have a Colombian girl there or see a Mexican people
Right.
because there is a lot of people who speak Spanish in California. But the first week I was in New York. I know you're from New York.
Yes. Yes.
I felt so bad, and I cried that night because I was lost with one friend from. She was from, I don't remember actually where. She was from Germany or Austria, something. But her English surprisingly it wasn't good also.
Right.
It was like it was a little better than mine, but she was more shy than me, and we were lost, and our phones died, and we didn't have like data for see the map or
Right.
anything, and we were like, what are we gonna do? Because if we lose the bus, we have to pay an expensive taxi to the different city to go to the training school.
Right.
And I asked this huge white guy, and he was like, "Excuse me, sir, we are lost. Can you help us with my bad English?" And he was like, "I don't have money." And I don't know how I answer. I have money. I just need to go there.
He thought you was homeless.
I don't know, but we didn't look at all like a homeless.
Yeah. Okay. That's weird.
And he was like, I don't have money. But I think he didn't pay attention, and my English was so bad, and maybe he didn't understand me.
Right.
And he was like, I don't have money. And I was so mad, so mad. And I imagine my reaction now with my English, which is better now. But at the time, I said, I have money. But I was mad.
I understand.
I said, I have money. I just need to go there or
Right.
whatever. And he was looking at me, and he continues. He was like, so mad, and we asked for a girl who was there, and she helped us. So that was nice. But when I got to San Francisco, I was lost too with an Italian girl, and our phones died, and we asked a woman, and we were trying to speak English, and she was like, wait, what? Do you need help? Are you lost? We were like, yes, actually we are. And she was like, where are you going? And like, we are going to a bar station. And she tried to show us, and we were like, are you understanding? No, I'm not. And she was like, yeah, I think you're gonna get more lost, so come with me. And she took us to the
Really?
bar station.
Well, that makes New York look terrible, but whatever, right?
And I was like, this is the difference. But no, I think it's just the person you.
Yeah, the
you
individuals.
ask.
Yeah, it's just individuals.
Because
I think so.
I don't think everyone from New York is bad. You're
No,
nice.
I don't think so.
You're nice.
Most times, I think
And
so.
I'm sure I met this guy. He is my hot dogs friend. He's from New York, and he's super nice. He's super super nice. So I was like, yeah, maybe not. But at the time, I thought, yeah, people from New York. I'm not going back to New York.
I can imagine. And it's interesting because Natalia was in New York and she loved it, but she also was in Philadelphia first. And just in a biased opinion, right? Philadelphia, New York, the Northeast, there's a different behavior there because there's a different sort of instinct that's happening in those cities. And like the West Coast, because I've been to San Diego, Sacramento, San Fran, LA, they're different. Like just the whole energy
chill.
is different. Yeah, it's very, very different. So tell me what it was like when you were preparing to come home. What was that like?
It was sad. It was sad because I wanted to go home, but I wanted to stay there because it was my new home and I had friends. And it was so sad leaving my baby because, as you say, I was with that baby for 1 year and a half. I took him with, he didn't walk, and I left him running.
Yes.
So it was difficult. I started preparing myself 6 months before.
Wow.
Since January, I started like, yeah, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving. And I started talking with the baby. And I said, I'm leaving, Harry. And he didn't understand me. I'm like, I'm leaving, baby. And it was so sad. And I cried sometimes because I knew I was coming back my home country. But sometimes you don't think you can feel homesick in your home.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the next question. What was it like coming back, and like how did you feel different being back in your home country?
That was so different, so different, because I arrived here and I felt the change. I felt everything. I felt the people like being not rude but being more tough.
Really?
Yeah, because I started feeling like people in US is really nice once you get
To know them, yeah.
to know them.
Yes.
And they're so nice, and they don't hug that much as
No, we don't
Latin,
touch.
Latin people, but
Yes.
they show their love by different things,
Actions and different things.
actions, and saying it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud of you, and
Yes.
I'm proud of what you're getting, or I'm gonna miss you, or saying it, I love you.
Yeah. Right.
Which here I don't think we say it that much.
Okay.
We don't usually say I love you all the time, but we show.
Yeah.
It's
That's true.
difficult. We are more physical
Yeah.
people. But I felt different. I felt everything different. Like there in San Francisco, I could walk with my phone in my hands and talking, and here I felt like I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I felt bad for that because this is my home, this is my country, this is where I was raised. And when I got to Manizales, I felt happy because it is my city, it is the city I love. but I missed San Francisco, and I was happy to see my mom, but I missed my husband also.
Yeah.
Even though my mom is my mom and I love her a lot. I think it's the person I love the most. And I was happy to see my niece and to take care of her.
Yeah.
But she was difficult with me because I didn't raise her.
You were a stranger.
And I was a stranger, yeah. And I was like, yeah, my baby never will do that with me. And with my baby in the US, when I said no, it was a no.
Right.
Yeah, and I raised him like counting, like 1, 2, 3, stand up, now.
Wow. Okay.
So for her it was difficult because I was like, no, don't do that. And she would continue because I wasn't authority for her.
Right, yeah.
It was a difficult change. Also going back to the school, I had different friends. I didn't have friends actually because all of them were working already.
So you started over.
I was alone by myself. And I left my closest friends there, my Mexican friend Gabriel and Erika, my Colombian friend. She was an au pair, he wasn't, but we were together almost the whole week.
So for you to return to Colombia, you might have felt like an extranjera, right? You feel a little bit outside.
And everyone were making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you are there, it is so funny because people here make jokes about Spanglish.
Yes, I speak Spanglish.
But there is so common.
Yes,
and you can speak with your other friends, with Colombian friends, but you cannot speak in Spanglish and it's normal.
Yes, yo entiendo.
Yeah?
I understand totally.
Yes. Because it's normal for you and you get used because now you have two languages and your brain starts thinking different and you are mixing everything and you're like, oh God, I have to be careful because I want to be bullying in there.
Well, so how do you feel about your English here? Because obviously it's a little more difficult to speak English regularly here in Colombia. So you have to have like specific people. So how do you feel about your ability to practice English while you're here?
My English became so bad now because I don't have the fluency now. I can speak not as fast as I used to, but as fluent as now. Sometimes I have to translate first, and when I was there, I didn't have to because I was just talking, and I learned that. I think that was one of the best things I learned there. Just make mistakes, doesn't matter, and also don't think in your own language.
Yeah, I don't do that. I understand.
Yeah, you have to say it in English and don't translate anything because you're not gonna get it. And you are gonna need, like, if you are thinking in English, you need 1 minute.
Yes.
But if you are translating, you need
terrible.
5.
Oh my, it's so terrible.
So it is more difficult now. That's why I start taking classes. That's how I met you.
Yes.
And I started taking classes because when I was there, I was my level was advanced something, and here I'm intermediate. I think intermediate.
But it's easier when everything is around you in the same language.
So I felt sad for that too. When I started talking with my friends, or with my friends who doesn't speak, who doesn't speak English. See, that's what I'm saying. Who doesn't speak Spanish? For example, I have a really good friend from Switzerland, and we speak in English obviously because she doesn't speak Spanish at all. And I was talking to her, and I was like, God, I'm getting so bad, so bad because I was so slow. And she was talking to me, and I was like, sorry, say it again.
Wow. And
sorry, say it again all the time.
Did your ambition change now that you returned? here? Like, did your mind change for your goals in your life now that you've gone to the United States and you're back here in Colombia? Did it change what your ambition is?
Yeah, I think now I want to go back to the United States or Canada. I don't know. Both countries I like. To be a nurse there,
Oh, that'd
which
be
is
cool.
difficult. Which is difficult, but I can try.
Yeah, everything is possible.
Yeah, I can try, and I want to do the NCLEX test, which scares me because if a test of your career is difficult in your own language, imagine in a different one.
Yes, I
I'm like,
understand.
para also, I don't think my ambitions changed that much. I just wanted to study more. Maybe it's the biggest ambition I have, but not for have more money or for all these things. It's just because I want to know more.
Yeah, personal satisfaction.
Yes.
So how did your family react when you came back? What was your family like when you returned?
My family, I don't know, my family was normal.
Nothing changed?
No, I think that was normal. They, of course, at first they were so happy to see me, but then everything was like anything changed. You have to do this and help with this and help with everything. So it was nice because I didn't feel like that special,
Right.
which I like because I think we all are.
So you weren't important anymore. They're like,
Yeah.
you're just back. We don't care anymore.
Yes, I felt more special when I just got to the US because everyone wanted to meet me.
Yeah. It's so. Your overall opinion of the au pair program, because this couple last few questions. What's your overall opinion of the au pair program and the opportunity it gave you?
I'm really grateful with this program. I like this program, and some people feel disappointing, but I'm not because you have to be clear about how much you are getting per week, and it is $195. Yeah, and here if you convert that to pesos, it is a lot, but
Yes.
there is not that much.
Yeah.
But also you have the opportunity to go to the school, you can travel, you can learn a new language with natives, and you can learn a lot and grow yourself.
Yes.
Because you became an independent person, woman or boy, and you get to be resilient.
Yes.
Because you have to be strong. Yeah, people sometimes is mean, but
Yeah. Oh well. All right.
yeah, but it's life.
Yes. So, just the last point. So, I named the podcast Voices because I care about other people's voices, and I try to talk as little as possible. And so, I give the final word to the guest all the time because I think what they have to say is more important. And even though we focused on au pair the entire time, whatever your final word is your choice. You can talk about anything you wish. And I just say, before you say your final word, thank you for the information. And I know it's going to help a lot of other people, especially just the story that you've told. And there's more. Obviously, we didn't get to cover everything. But thank you, and I leave the final word to you.
Thank you. No, I don't know what to say, but maybe I just want to encourage people to make things that push them out of the comfort zone,
Yeah.
and always be kind and nice with other people, especially if, like me, they were strangers in a place, and you really need someone to say, okay, it's fine, make mistakes, or it's fine, I'm gonna help you, because I always try to be nice with people, but now I try to be more, because I know how people feel when they are far and alone.
Okay, we're going to take a quick pause. Take a few seconds to digest the quality information you just got from the first segment. And now it's time for segment 2 to nourish you with more information. We talked about the host family. What about your family? How did your family communicate with you, and did they maybe visit you?
Yes, my family, I call them every day, every night, and they went to USA in Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So they,
Visit?
yes, they be with me for 2 weeks.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
in my house.
Really? They stayed with you in the host house? Wow. So the host family welcomed your family. That's really nice. Did they become friends a little bit during the time?
My parents don't speak English, but my sister.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
my sister can communicate with my whole family.
Oh, and so how did you feel when your family came to visit you? What feelings did you have?
I was so happy because I really miss them.
I understand. And so when it was time for your family to leave and return to Colombia, like what was the feeling like that? Was it more difficult than the time when you left to Colombia for the United States? Was it more difficult? Or
Yes.
yeah?
Yes, because I don't know.
It was different, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you did you joined the au pair program, did you know it was just for 1 year, or do you choose that in advance?
It's for 1 year, but you can extend for 6, 9, or 12 more months.
Really?
Yes.
And when is it required for you to make that decision to extend?
You need to choose a family.
Okay.
I mean, you can stay with the same host family, or you can change the host family. But I can't to extend because the university here in Colombia, yes.
Right.
So
because when you apply for this program, you have to have an obligation in your home country, right?
Yes.
To return?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. So, do you still have friends that you were connected to in the au pair program in the United States that you still talk to now?
Yes, my best friend is from Germany.
Oh, wow.
And yes, and I had a lot of friends from China, German, Canada, Italy.
And so what was your opinion of the differences between the United States and Colombia? Because, I mean, I'm from the United States, so I understand. But for you, it's the different experience. So what was that like? Because I know it's like fast food and the people are a little more cold. So what was that?
Yes, the people in the United States is cold. And the food is different because my whole family is from India, so the Indian food and the American food is really different to Colombia.
Yes.
The shopping centers are different too.
Yes, very much.
Yes, and I don't know. For example, I love New York because New York had a lot of places and you had a different plan for every day. But in Colombia, you don't. You know, you
right.
ever do the same things.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, for example, here in Manizales, you can walk to many places. in Philadelphia, I know Philadelphia is very different than New York City. So in Philadelphia, in most cases, you need a car
Yes.
to travel. So I think that probably is different. But in New York City, you can walk everywhere. So was there a favorite city that you visited that you liked when you were in the United States?
Oh my God, New York.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm biased, so I don't want to push New York on you, but I understand. So, did you have the opportunity to study English in a school or an institute while you were in the United States?
Yes, I study in Montgomery Community College. So the family paid me the first level, and I paid the second level.
Okay. And so, did the family help you register for the classes, or did the au pair do that? Was it the family or
No, the family.
Okay. And is that something you're required to do when you arrive, or you don't have to?
Yes, you need to study. I don't know. You need to study. Not exactly English, but you need to study.
Oh, so they want you to use your time to get education
Yes.
while you're there. That makes sense. So, we said something about men, and so one of the things that I thought was when you do au pair, only women can do au pair because it's babysitting, or I guess child minding is a different way to say it. And so, were there men that participated in the program?
Sure. I met two boys at the program because the men's
Right.
can do it.
Right. And what are the requirements to be an au pair before? Because I think that people have an opinion of men being a childminder, and it's different than a woman. So what are requirements that they want?
It depends the family. Maybe if the households are girls, you can't. But it depends the whole family.
Okay. And do you have to have experience watching children or being with children to do au pair, or you can just be, it can be something that's new for you? Do you have to know how to babysit, or no?
Yes.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they ask you, they'll ask you how you take care of children when you answer the questions? Oh, okay. Okay, so if you wanted to, so you returned here to Colombia. For example, imagine you wanted to return to the United States and you wanted to do the au pair program again. Could you do the au pair program again?
Yes, you could. If you, I don't know, si tienes menos de 26 años.
Okay, so you have to be less than 26.
Yes.
Right? And so as long as you're less than 26, you can do it as many times as you want?
Yes.
Really?
You can, yeah.
And can you go to different countries?
Absolutely.
And you said you can change your host family. So is there an example of why, or maybe of someone you know who changed host families?
Yes. Sometimes the host family is difficult. You know, maybe you have a problem with the host parents. Maybe with the host parents.
Okay.
Because sorry, we need a car.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And for example, my host family gave me a car just for me, so I can use in my free time, during the weekend or wherever I want. But some families, no.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So some families just give you the car for the children.
Oh.
For yeah. So
That's terrible.
And sometimes the family think that you are like the housekeeper.
Oh wow, really?
And we don't, you know.
You only clean and take care of the children.
The children, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes my friends had a problem with the host families. So two of my friends changed the families.
So when they change, you don't have the first experience, but if there's a problem with the host family, does the person leave the family and wait for a new family, or do they request the change and then wait with the host family?
They have 2 weeks for found a new family.
Okay.
But they need to keep in the
Same family?
yes.
Oh, wow. Is it normally in the same city, or can they go to another part of the country?
It's easier in another part. Because, I don't know, but my friends, one of them are in Delaware and another are in Pennsylvania, but I don't remember the name of the city.
Right.
And both go to the California.
Wow, they went to the other side of the country. Wow. So does the host family pay for them to travel, or who has to pay for the travel? Does the au pair?
The agencia?
The agency pays for it?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's a big deal.
Yes.
So, what are some things that, from your experience, do you think the au pair program did very well, and some things that they could improve to make better for other people to experience?
I think, in my case, my LCC was so messy. So sometimes we didn't have the meeting every month. You know.
Oh.
Sometimes we had 2 months later. Yeah.
So consistency with schedule. Okay.
Yes.
And anything else?
No, the program is really good. You know, it's really organized and it's really good.
And did you have any emergencies or incidents that made you nervous while you were there, or everything was calm the whole time?
One time I forgot to pick up the kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so was awful.
What was in your mind when that happened?
I really didn't know. I just took a nap.
Uh-huh. So you were sleeping and
Yes.
Wow, okay. And so your relationship with the children, was it when it was time for you to leave? How did you feel about leaving the children? Because I know your relationship with the children was probably closer than with the parents.
Yes.
And so what was that like to separate from the children? Was it difficult?
Yes, it was difficult. And now today I talk with my host.
Really?
With
the kids?
With the young of the kids.
Yeah.
Because yes, was difficult. Was difficult because was 1 year, so it was a lot of experience together.
Did they ask you to stay longer? Did the children ask you to stay?
Yes.
And so how did you feel? Because I think it's good and it's bad, because it's good because you know people like you, but it's bad because you miss your family, right?
Yes. So it was difficult because I really want to came to my country with my family, but I was sad.
I can imagine. So to return to your family, what did you have to do in your mind to prepare to return to Colombia?
I don't know. I just want to come because my sister was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to came to meet my nephew.
Yeah. So did your sister have the baby before you arrived or after?
Exactly the day when I...
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's really cool. So for you, it was even more special to return home.
Yes.
Because you came back with more family. That's really cool. So with the au pair program, what are some things you think it helped you with to improve your life since you have returned?
I learned English, and it's too important.
Yes.
And I live alone, you know.
Uh-huh.
Not alone, but not with my parents. So I was responsible for me.
Yes.
And for me and for my host kids.
Yes.
So I was.
You were like a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am more responsible now.
Oh, okay. And so, for you, what are you doing now, and what do you want to do next?
Now I study electrical engineering.
Okay.
And next, probably I want to go to America, maybe to do a master or something, because I like the culture, I like the people and the culture. So.
And so, becoming an electrical engineer and being bilingual will give you many opportunities. It's possible you can go back to Philadelphia or New York, right?
Maybe.
And what was the furthest place in the United States you went away from Philadelphia? Like, did you go to the beach? Did you go to any events or any amusement parks or anything like that when you were there?
The first part was New York, because my uncle and my cousin lives in New York. So the first part, New York. And in Philadelphia, I went to museums because are allowed. So.
And so for you, what if you were giving advice to someone who wants to do the au pair program? What would you tell them to prepare their minds to do the process?
It's difficult because every host family is different. So, but the program is really, really good. I want to do it again.
Oh, okay.
Because it's an amazing experience.
Okay. And so it's possible, I mean, if you imagine, you can finish your degree and then you maybe go back and do it again and then take some classes, and then you can also maybe find work if you want to.
Yes.
So with that, let's switch just to Spanish for a second, right? It's for your comfort, right?
Thanks.
Entonces, ¿Tú crees au pair es un buen programa por colombianos por entender de mundo mejor?
Sí. En Colombia tenemos una mente muy cerrada.
Sí.
Y en Estados Unidos es muy abierta y hay mucha cultura, porque tú encuentras chinos o italianos, hay mucha gente, entonces hay mucha cultura.
Sí,
entonces es importante.
Y por conocer de dinámico de familia, porque familia en Colombia es diferente de familia en Estados Unidos.
Sí.
¿Y qué es de uno punto tú crees es de mejor diferente de familias en Colombia y Estados Unidos?
En Colombia las familias son más grandes.
Sí.
Entonces, por ejemplo, Navidad es mejor en Colombia porque hay más gente.
Sí.
Pero en Estados Unidos se concentran en lo importante.
Sí.
Entonces.
Y de colegio es diferente en Estados Unidos y Colombia también. ¿Y qué es de tu experiencia con ayudar a los niños por aprender cosas, por trabajar de colegio en Estados Unidos y Colombia? ¿Qué es de diferente?
Todo.
¿Sí?
La educación es muy diferente. Mis niños no tenían, por ejemplo, tanta tarea.
Sí.
Las tareas eran fáciles y eran corticas.
Sí.
En Colombia tenemos mucha tarea.
Sí.
En Estados Unidos ellos usan un Chromebook,
Sí.
nosotros no, nosotros usamos cuadernos.
Sí.
Entonces, y ellos aprenden más sobre el mundo.
Sí, en Estados Unidos.
Sí.
Pero y por de relación con los niños y de amigos en Estados Unidos es más amigable o es diferente, porque en Colombia normalmente la gente vive muy cerca, pero en Estados Unidos la gente
Vive muy lejos, sí.
Sí, y entonces es diferente. ¿Y cómo es su opinión?
En Estados Unidos son más fríos, pero sí son más amigables.
Sí.
Las amistades duran más.
Sí.
Acá no, acá de pronto peleamos por bobadas y nos dejamos de hablar un tiempo y nos alejamos.
Sí.
Entonces, en Estados Unidos son más amigables.
Sí, y por las vidas sociales. Por ejemplo, yo sé de mucha gente de Colombia es amigable, pero la gente es muy cerca de amistad. Entonces, cuando la gente es extranjero, necesito conocer más por tienes fiel o confianza. En Estados Unidos, por usted, tú tienes amigos. ¿Y cómo es diferente por tener amigos en Estados Unidos y en Colombia?
En Colombia, digamos, somos más amables.
Sí.
Entonces es más fácil hacer amigos, pero en Estados Unidos son más fieles.
Sí. Sí.
Entonces, por ejemplo, yo hablo con mis amigas au pairs en Estados Unidos, en Alemania,
Sí.
en diferentes partes.
Sí.
Y acá, por ejemplo, dejé de hablar con muchas personas cuando me fui, porque me dejaron de hablar.
Sí.
Entonces, acá es más fácil hacer amigos, pero son más fieles en Estados Unidos.
Oh, es interesante. Entonces, cuando salir con amigos, con eventos de comer o de salir en la noche, ¿es muy diferente en Estados Unidos y Colombia o es mismo poco o no?
Es similar, pues, a ver, no, sí, es similar,
Sí.
es similar. Son sitios diferentes, obviamente, pero no es muy diferente.
No, sí entiendo. Y de cosas, de opciones por cosas por salir. ¿Qué cosas tú extraño de Estados Unidos cuando en Colombia en este momento? ¿Y qué cosas extrañar de Colombia en Estados Unidos?
Ahorita extraño mucho viajar, porque en Estados Unidos cada fin de semana tenía un plan diferente, iba a la playa, iba a New York, iba a Washington,
Sí.
entonces extraño mucho eso, acá no hago eso. Y en Estados Unidos extrañaba mucho mi familia porque se reunían con mis tías o con mis primos a tomar el algo.
Sí, sí.
Y pues yo estaba en Estados Unidos sola, entonces extrañaba mucho mi familia, compartir el tiempo con mi familia.
Sí, entonces normalmente yo creo es de última palabra con la persona que ayúdame con entrevista. Y yo creo es de tema, es todo cosas tú quieres, de au pair, su vida, o las palabras tú crees es mejor por su vida. Entonces tú tienes de opción por de último palabras con inglés o español, o los dos, porque tú eres bilingüe. Entonces con la última pregunta es última palabras contigo. Muchas gracias.
A ti.
Entonces, do you want to say anything as a last word or opinion for anything for au pair or your life or anything that you can give to another person?
The au pair program is amazing. You can meet people from everywhere, and it's really good because you learn English, you learn different cultures, you learn about all, you know? So I love the program. I really love the program.
¿Y en español tú quieres o no?
Es lo mismo. Perdón. Me gustó mucho el programa, lo volvería a hacer, aprendí mucho inglés, conocí muchas culturas, conocí muchas personas, entonces yo volvería a irme como pues,